everyone, I'm Jesse.
I'm Bree.
I'm Matt.
And we are TOO, or the Occult Operatives, and today we are here in Perryville, Kentucky, investigating the Perryville battlefield. This location is very near and dear to at least my heart because I've been coming here since I was a child, getting to see the Civil War reenactments they have done here. And today and tonight, we are going to be able to investigate the location and see if we can find anything paranormal. So we're very excited for it, right guys?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Awesome. Perryville was first settled by James Harbison and a crew of Virginians in the final stages of the American Revolution in 1781 and was used as a settlement camp before reaching Fort Harrod. It officially became a town in 1815 from plans made by William Hall and Edward Bullock, though it wouldn't receive its first post office until the following year and was officially recognized by state legislature in 1817. In the late 1830s, a line of buildings next to the Chaplin River formed the basis of the village of Perryville, now called Merchants Row, which is where I am currently standing. And yes, these buildings are still in use to this day by many different businesses and even some families living in these homes. Here we are at the Tubu. As you all know, it is the Occult Operatives Base of Operations. Copyright claim by me. I'm so disappointed in myself for that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you all a quick rundown on our investigation for tonight. So this right here is a map of the trails that we are going to be walking tonight. We're not going to be walking every single one of these trails. This is 20 miles of trail, and I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but I'm fat. So, what we're going to be doing is we're basically going to be hitting all of the hot spots for our investigation. We're going to be basically walking in a big circle. So if you want to come a little closer here, camera guy, i.e. Matt, we are currently right here at this little S, right next to the museum. Matt, you want to get a shot of the museum right across from the way there?
Right over here.
Oh, yeah. But we are going to start to the right of the Confederate monument and the Confederate little cemetery. The Parks Department has asked us not to film or show the Confederate cemetery out of respect for the fallen soldiers there, and of course we're going to adhere to that and show respect in that way there. But our trail is going to start to the right of it, where you see that number 1 right there. From that area, we've actually had reports from Brian, the gentleman that gave us a little tour of the area and gave us some information, said that he had heard drumming as well as gunfire coming from this area over here. We're then going to walk along the trail to hotspot number 3 and 4 right over here on the little tab right here. It says that will be the Slaughter Pen Trail and the HP Bottom Farm Trail. This is the area where they have seen full body apparitions of Confederate soldiers walking around in these fields right over here to the left of me. After that, we are going to walk down into Trail 8 and 9, which is going to be the Dye House Trail and the Old Macville Road Trail. This is one of the places that I'm most excited about. This is going to be where the shadow figures are seen, as well as the man carrying the lantern at night. They say you can see his glowing lantern coming from that field right behind the museum over there. Matt, you want to get a shot of that? Yeah, beautiful little field out that way. But apparently,
in October 1862, the fields west of town were the site of the Battle of Perryville, an important encounter in the American Civil War, mainly over resources and land control. The battle spread across a 5-mile by 3-mile field and had trails of corpses littered across both sides, totaling over 8,000. The Perryville battlefield is now preserved as a state park and is the site of a reenactment of battle every 5 years and is a source of much paranormal activity.
What activity, you ask? There have been many reports of a man holding a lantern near the Hickland Nature Trail and people dressed in Civil War era uniforms near the Russell House Trail, and the site has had reports of cannon and musket fire throughout the property, distant drumming and even screams from a wounded soldier, and possibly a child crying in the women's bathroom. These claims leave us to ask, are these spirits residual or intelligent? That is what we're going to find out.
So, Jesse, since we're going to be walking 12 plus miles for this investigation, unfortunately, we can't take our entire equipment with us.
yes.
So, why don't you give us the rundown on the basic but important things we're going to take with our travels?
Most certainly. So firstly, we're going to be taking our voice recorders to capture EVP, or electronic voice phenomena. Next, we are going to be taking the EMF reader, or electromagnetic frequency. Next, we're going to be taking the MEL meter. In the last video, I called it the map reader. That is completely false. This is, in fact, the MEL meter. We're going to be taking that tonight, a very crucial piece of equipment. We're going to be taking Matt's EMF reader that he's going to be carrying with him. We are also going to be taking the spirit box to see if we can get any spirit voices coming through, trying to communicate with us tonight. We are also going to be taking flashlights, of course, so that we can be able to see on these dark trails. We're not like some other paranormal investigators. We actually like to see where we're going. And finally, we're going to be taking our motion sensor puck lights. And we're going to be setting them up in certain parts of the different trails or trail, depending on how things go. And we're going to do some static cams with those, and hopefully we'll be able to get some activity with that as well. But we're going to be taking everything in my handy-dandy shoulder bag right here. and we're going to start getting our investigation started rather soon, I think. Alright, so it is currently, Bree, what time is it?
7:27.
It is currently 7:27, and we are officially locked into Perryville Battlefield. We are the only 3 people on this entire property. They have locked the gate at the very entrance of the property with a padlock. We are standing here at the very beginning on our way to the first marker of the beginning trail here. We are going to be heading to the Confederate line. So we're going to start walking the trail here, get a feel for the energies that go on here, and hopefully we can start communicating with something. This very spot marks the beginning of the Perryville battle. On October 8th of 1862, Confederate soldiers lined across this field here and started marching on Union troops at the top of the hill and cross. This will be the first site of our first EVP session of our investigation. Be able to hear you. Outside interference by truck passing. Are there any spirits wishing to make contact with us? Did you pass on this battlefield?
Are you alone?
Were you fighting for the Union or Confederacy?
Is there anything that you would like for us to know about this place or about yourself? Another vehicle passing by. Did you get to walk this field? Or did you die at this very spot? Is there a way you can make a noise? Give us a sign that you're here. Snap a twig. Rustle the tall grass through here. Make it move even. Find a way to build up the energy and show yourself to us. Please.
Can we ask your name? Or names?
We mean no harm.
Did you have a family? Did you fight alongside them or against them? So, just wanted to let it be known and record that we just got up to the first pavilion right after the beginning of the battle landmark, and we're about to walk into this field here, and Bree has already gotten a sense that we are not alone here at the Perryville battlefield. She senses that there are some spirits waiting for us in this field right here, so we can't wait to meet them. We want you to speak to us, please. Were you with Donaldson's brigade? Or were you with Stewart's brigade? are you part of Manny's brigade or Manny's? If you could, make yourself known to us. Show yourself. Move a bit of this grass here. Maybe walk in this little wet area behind me here. If you march through it, I'm sure I'd be able to hear you. Okay, so we are currently at the standoff between two Confederate troops and one Union brigade. So something that we have heard through our experiences and from other investigators is that some spirits respond to triggers. We have decided that we want to try music for our trigger today. So I'm going to play some Civil War era music, some battle march music, and we're going to see if that's going to stir up anything for us. So let's get started with that. So we are here at the beginning staging of the first attack of the Confederacy to the artillery on the hill for the Union. And reading here for Maney's attack, I just wanted to read a little excerpt of this real quick. Among the many who fell was George W. McDill. He is badly wounded. The ball passed through the upper part of his right breast just below the collarbone. The ball passed straight through, striking the upper part of his lung. He bled a great deal, which made him look very pale. Later on, he had been found and then sent to the hospital. And then, here's the last line. His wound had been dressed, and he was resting very well. So I just want to point out that in all of this carnage, one man took a cannonball to the chest and lived to tell the tale about it. Are there any soldiers here wishing to communicate with us? If you would like to make your presence known, I want you to speak into this device in my hand right here. This will allow me to hear you. Are you currently here with us right now? I just want to record. I have just pulled the 7th tick off of myself. Breeze found 1. Matt has none. I've had 7. Were you one of the Union soldiers that was tasked with defending this hill? Is that you out in the cornfield? We heard you. If you could, make another noise for us.
Y'all hear that? I heard something from over there.
If you're here, can you start running towards us?
Heard that. So this area of the battlefield is the cornfield. This was the area that the Union troops first retreated to after the Confederates had took the artillery hill. From this area, the corn stalks were high, so the Union soldiers felt that they had a decent chance to hide off. So they found that the Confederate soldiers would instead fire through the corn stalks, actually hitting some soldiers. There was actually one that was fatally wounded here by the name of Christopher. His picture is actually on the placard right over here. Brian, the gentleman that gave us the rundown of this location, says that he believes that he saw a figure of a gentleman wearing a hat just like Christopher standing in the field on top right up behind me there. He then saw that figure take his hat off and lean against his gun, and I have the strong suspicion that the spirit that he saw was Christopher that's there in that picture. So this spot here is Starkweather's Hill, and what is so interesting about this spot is this is where the Union and the Confederate soldiers actually engaged in hand-to-hand combat with each other, using their muskets, the butt ends of the guns, the bayonets that they had, and even their fists to try to take out over the other side. Alright, so this here is called Sanctuary. So just to give you a little background of where we currently are, from the last clip we actually had to go and charge our cameras up for a little bit. So we cut down a little path back over to the museum, and this is where we currently are. This is an area where the Union soldiers hid from the Confederacy in hopes that they could get away with their own lives. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Quite a few soldiers were wounded here in this very spot. So what we are about to do now is, as you can see, clearly dark. Just to give you a little frame of reference, guys, turn your night visions off real quick. What you are currently seeing, well, in Matt's camera, and Bree's camera now, what you are currently seeing is what we are seeing. It is pitch black. I can barely see in front of my own hand here. The only thing that we have to guide our way are these little flashlights right here, because unlike some other paranormal investigators, we like a little light in our darkness. So we're going to be using these as well as the night vision so you all at home can see rather well. So let's start walking up this steep hill here so we can continue on our trail and start doing some investigative work. to any spirits that are currently with us in this trail. If you walk or interact with this device in my hand, if you walk in front of or interact with it, it will let me know that you're here with us. These lights will flash, as you can see it doing so here. So if you walk in front of it or interact with it, it'll let me know you're here with us. Alright, so we are currently climbing up the hill to the Valley of Death. This is an area where the most activity of drums as well as mist and shadow figures are reported. We are currently climbing up the hill. There's a lot of steep hills here. Hopefully we don't have a whole lot more to encounter, but we'll see you at the top, I guess.
Is anybody here with us? If so, we'd love to talk.
If that was you making a noise, would you be willing to do it again?
Are you a soldier?
We mean you no harm.
So from earlier today, everything felt normal, like as
Kind of plain,
yeah. But as it got darker, it's gotten more eerie, a little scary. What about you guys?
A little eerie.
That constant feeling that something's like watching you from behind.
Yeah.
Like you constantly want to look over your shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or like you feel something right with you.
it doesn't help that it's a blood moon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got that going for us. If you're an astrology follower, you know all about the paranormal activity increasing during the blood moon. I mean, it's not a full blood moon, but it's an orange moon nonetheless. So that's definitely
Still a pretty moon.
yeah, it is very beautiful, but a key to a definite energy shift.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have just made it back to the Tubu. We have just finished our first circuit around the property here. We have captured some great EVPs. A few photos we think have some stuff on it so far. We unfortunately haven't so far, we think, captured anything on camera, shadow-wise or anything like that. But I do know for a fact that myself and Bree have both seen the flicker of the Lantern Man already out in the field to the left of me there. I believe Matt has seen some things as well. So hopefully whenever we review camera footage, we'll be able to see some stuff on the cameras. But we're just pretty excited with what we've got so far. Alright, so we are practically in the heart of Perryville battlefield right now. I have the cornfield in front of me, and I have the start of the battle directly behind me here. And we are going to start our spirit box session for the evening here. So, turn it on real quick here. Ooh, have to turn the flashlight on and start the sweep forward. Oh, hold on. There we go. If there are spirits that are currently in the area with us here, feel free to use the device in my hand to speak to us. You can use the energy through these channels to speak to us. As there anyone currently here with us? I ask again, is there anyone here wishing to speak to us?
Can we get a name?
Dean?
I heard Dean.
Was I correct in saying your name is Dean? Are you located somewhere else? So I had to stop the spirit box. We weren't getting anything so far from the sounds of it. We did have one voice say the name Dean. It sounded like, I don't know about you guys, but that feeling that we literally just talked about, completely gone.
Yeah.
I feel perfectly fine now. Right after we addressed what we were feeling.
Yeah, I don't really feel anything.
So I think we might want to try a different area for a spirit box. See.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so just to give a little update, we are currently being led towards the edge of the cornfield near where the Union's 1st Artillery was taken on the hill. Something was leading Matt over this way. Said we were going the right way. Are we still going the right way? You are.
Is there a reason why you want me over here?
They're saying something.
Could you say that again? Kind of heard no, but...
Is there a reason you want us to come over here? Walk.
Are you walking with us right now? You're fighting right now?
Many men.
How many men?
Lots.
Can you tell me who's winning? Who's he?
I have a very heavy feeling right now.
Me too.
I told you.
I just heard screaming over the radio.
Was that you screaming?
Yeah.
Are you in trouble?
Are you fighting? I swear I just heard footsteps from behind us.
I heard something from behind us.
Are you behind us?
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to show yourself to us? Where are you? Left. Right.
Right.
Are you in the field?
Sorry.
Are you trying to show us something?
I can.
Well, whatever it is, go ahead and show us. We're open-minded.
It said record. We are recording. Whatever you want to say it. If you want to show yourself to us, show yourself. This is your moment.
We also have a meter that you could also make go off. 2 meters.
Did we lose you?
I saw a red light right there. Really quick. Right where that is. But it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to show us?
Yes. Well, thank you.
Could you tell us what exactly that was?
Are you still here? I think they're gone. That feeling is gone again.
Yeah.
It's still here for me. That was me.
Okay.
That was not me.
Are you here in front of Bree?
But the thing stopped.
If that's you in front of Bree, say something in this device. What's your temperature reading?
65. 65.1.
Okay, stand pretty steady with the temperature reading. It's not
65.3.
It's not beeping anymore, but it's still flashing up. I'm gonna stop the spirit box.
Sorry.
We're going to leave this area now. But we would like for you to interact with these lights, or to interact with the camera or the recorder there. And we will be back. Thank you. Alright, so it is getting rather late. We have done a rather successful spirit box session or two. In the beginning, we weren't really getting anything, but we got something that led us to an area. We aren't going to lie, we got some pretty bad feelings. Started getting some really heavy, dark feelings, something really telling us that we shouldn't be going any further than how we have so far.
Specifically back there.
Yeah, towards the artillery hill. So what we're going to do now is we are going to collect our static camera, our EVP recorder, and we're going to start wrapping things up. So, Bree, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up our video?
I hope we got some really good evidence.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Definitely on that one. Well, thank you all so very much for tuning in. We hope you all enjoyed watching our video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it to your friends. Follow us on Facebook at The Occult Operatives. We're also on Instagram at t.o.o.investigators. Anything else? Of course, YouTube. Like I said, subscribe to us there.
Along with TikTok.
Yes, we're also
TikTok
on
now.
TikTok now. What is it? The Occult Operatives on
Yeah,
TikTok?
The Occult Operatives.
Yep, all one word there. And I think that is it for this video. So hopefully we'll be able to see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.
All right, thanks for watching.
Confederates were dangerously divided. Buell's ruse was working. Confederate General William Hardee, Bragg's other wing commander, left Bardstown with his troops to join the rest of Bragg's army at Harrodsburg. But Hardee